Resumo, How Not to Die Michael Greger. Have you ever felt tired even after a good night's sleep? Woken up with unexplained aches and pains? Or worse, do you know someone who is diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, or even cancer, despite following what most people call a normal diet? What nobody tells you is that what seems harmless on your plate might be exactly what's slowly killing you silently, one bite at a time. The book, How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger, is a direct expose of what we eat every day. It unveils a truth the food and pharmaceutical industries would rather you never know. Most chronic diseases can be prevented, managed, or even reversed with one simple change: what you choose to put on your plate. If you're tired of feeling unwell and not getting answers, hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, because here you're going to learn what they never taught you and how to heal yourself with food. The book opens with a story that sounds almost unbelievable. Dr. Greger's grandmother, at 65 years old, was considered a lost cause. With multiple blocked arteries and constant pain, she was sent home to die. But she didn't accept that fate. She sought out an alternative center, completely changed her diet, and the result: she lived another 31 years. 31 more years granted purely by the power of real food. That's just one example of what traditional medicine will never tell you, because the system profits from illness, not from your cure. You are being fed by a system that thrives when you're sick. According to Dr. Greger, fewer than 30% of American medical schools offer even the minimum required nutrition education. Doctors are trained in drugs, diagnostics, and surgery, but almost nothing about how food impacts your energy, your health, your life. That's why they rarely ask what you eat, but always have a prescription ready. The Western diet, based on processed meats, dairy, refined sugars, and ultra-processed foods, is the leading cause of heart attacks, strokes, obesity, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. What's even more shocking? Children as young as 10 years old are already showing fatty plaques in their arteries, a fast track to heart disease at an early age. And it all comes from what seems normal: sugary cereal for breakfast, hot dogs for lunch, fitness yogurt for a snack. But it's these very choices that slowly shut your body down one cell at a time. You have the right to know the truth. What they've told you about moderation doesn't work in a system where everything is already rigged. This isn't about eating less junk. It's about eating more life, more truth, more nature. The human body wasn't designed to digest preservatives, colorings, fried oils, or artificial sweeteners. It was built to thrive on what the earth gives: real textures, real smells, real colors. That's why, when you change your diet, the signs come quickly: more energy, clearer skin, sharper mind, deeper sleep. You literally begin returning to your original, healthy state. Dr. Greger also introduces the concept of primordial prevention, endorsed by the World Health Organization. It means eliminating risk factors before they become disease. It's not about waiting for high cholesterol to show up. It's about keeping it from rising in the first place. Not about treating hypertension, but preventing it entirely. And for that, you need to stop seeing food as just pleasure or convenience. Food is biological code, natural medicine, fuel, or poison, and you decide every single day. People who follow a whole food plant-based diet not only live longer, they live better. With less pain, fewer medications, and less dependency on doctors. They maintain vitality, strong immunity, and a clear mind. They live with freedom from fear, from disease, from pharmacy lines. And the most powerful part, they take control of their own lives instead of outsourcing their health to a system that profits from their suffering. You probably think you're eating healthy because you follow what's shown in commercials. But what if I told you that the most common food in your daily routine might actually be the most deadly? In the next part, you're going to discover which products are sold as healthy but are actually hidden traps, and how to avoid them before it's too late. You've probably heard things like everything in moderation, or just keep a varied diet, or even balance is the key. But these phrases, so common and seemingly harmless, are what keep millions of people trapped in an invisible cycle of disease. Here's the brutal truth. Balance inside a corrupted food system doesn't save you. It slowly destroys your health. And now, you're about to discover which foods are most consumed around the world and directly linked to the planet's deadliest illnesses. Among the worst enemies of your health are foods you might still believe are healthy, or at least harmless. Processed meats like ham, sausage, hot dogs, and bacon are classified by the World Health Organization as carcinogenic, meaning they directly cause cancer. This isn't just an opinion, it's science. And yet, these foods are still part of school lunches, breakfast plates, and everyday meals as if they were completely normal. So the question is, why isn't anyone talking about this with the urgency it deserves? Cow's milk, another commercial darling, is right at the center of controversy. Dr. Michael Greger presents studies connecting consistent dairy consumption with increased risk of prostate and ovarian cancer. What's more, many adults can't even digest lactose, which leads to chronic gut inflammation, bloating, allergies, and persistent fatigue. Still, milk is marketed as the symbol of strength and vitality. Starting to see the pattern. And it doesn't stop there. Refined vegetable oils found in nearly every packaged product, crackers, snacks. Frozen meals are among the top causes of cellular inflammation, a condition that opens the door to degenerative diseases. Even diet. Sodas interfere with insulin sensitivity and dangerously alter your metabolism. And products with fitness labels like cereal bars, processed granolas, or light yogurts are loaded with hidden sugars, chemical sweeteners, and harmful preservatives. You're being manipulated by pretty packaging and hollow promises. While you read labels searching for the word healthy, you're swallowing a silent bomb that affects your brain, your heart, and your gut, the three control centers of your body. And when the symptoms show up, migraines, constipation, unexplained fatigue, food is never blamed. The blame goes to stress, aging, or genetics. But the real cause, it's been on your plate all along. Dr. Greger also exposes how the food industry invests billions of dollars to confuse the consumer. Terms like natural, high fiber, source of calcium, or no added sugar are often used to mask harmful ingredients. Ingredients that are there for shelf life, artificial taste, or that perfect-looking texture. Meanwhile, the foods that actually heal are ignored or dismissed as extreme. Eating broccoli, beans, whole grains, fruits, and leafy greens is seen as weird. But drinking soda at lunch is totally acceptable. Here's what you need to understand. It's not lack of information, it's intentional manipulation. It's not that you didn't know, it's that they taught you wrong on purpose. And now that you do know, the decision is yours. Stay on the path of illness or start rewriting your health story. You'll begin to notice how your body reacts after just one day of eating living food. Your mind becomes clearer, your stomach lighter, your energy lasts longer. This isn't magic, it's biology. Your body recognizes what's real and rejects what's artificial. It doesn't want processed poison, it wants real food. And the moment you start giving it that, the transformation becomes inevitable. The author makes it clear. Every cell in your body responds to what you eat. And when you choose life, nature, color, texture, truth, your body listens. You don't need radical changes. You need real changes. Food is not just fuel. It's the most powerful medicine you'll ever have access to. Optimized insights, so-called healthy foods, are actually inflammatory and dangerous. The food industry uses labels and emotional language to confuse consumers. Processed meats, dairy, and refined oils are directly linked to chronic illnesses. The body reacts instantly when fed real, living food. You might be thinking, if those dangerous foods are everywhere, then what's left to eat? How can you build a diet that heals, energizes, and protects without being extreme or restrictive? In the next part, you're going to learn how to build a plant-based diet that's powerful, practical, and life-changing. And the best part? You can do it using simple, affordable ingredients you can find at any local store. If those foods are in everything, what's left to eat? How do you build a way of eating that heals, energizes, and protects your body without falling into something extreme or restrictive? In this next part, you're going to discover how to build a plant-based diet that's practical and powerful, capable of transforming your health in just a few weeks. And the best part? Using simple, affordable ingredients you can find at any local market. Have you ever felt betrayed by products that promise health but leave you tired, inflamed, and dependent on medications? This is where everything shifts. This is the most important part of all. This is where you realize the cure is much closer and much simpler than you ever imagined. Before we dive into which foods will help you break free from the cycle of pain and fatigue, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because what you're about to hear is exactly what the food industry doesn't want you to know. The answer to your health isn't in colorful pills or expensive treatments. It's in the plants. Literally, natural, unprocessed foods straight from the earth. Fruits, vegetables, leafy greens, roots, whole grains, and seeds are the real healers of the human body. And this isn't some trend, it's biochemistry. These foods are loaded with phytochemicals, soluble fiber, antioxidants, enzymes, and nutrients that cleanse the blood, reduce inflammation, balance hormones, and repair tissues. Dr. Greger isn't promoting a trendy diet. He's presenting solid evidence. Patients who swapped meat, fried foods, and processed items for whole plant-based meals managed to reverse type 2 diabetes, lower or even eliminate their blood pressure medications naturally, control cholesterol, and in some cases, cancel surgeries that had already been scheduled. This isn't magic. It's science applied to your plate. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I don't have the time or the money for that. And that's exactly the trick. Healthy eating doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be alive. A simple plate of brown rice, beans, broccoli, squash, and a salad is more powerful than any pharmacy supplement and cheaper than a fast food meal. One study cited in the book compared traditional cancer diets with plant-based eating and found that real nutrition significantly reduced cancer markers, strengthened the immune system, and even boosted energy. There are no side effects to eating, right? The only result is health. The author also shows how small changes make a big difference. Swapping cow's milk for plant-based milk or lemon water. Swapping white bread for oats, soda for natural juice. Processed meats for chickpeas. These are simple adjustments with cumulative power. Because health isn't a destination. It's a daily habit. And the most beautiful part, it's not just you who changes. When you change, you inspire. Children, partners, friends, coworkers, they all begin to notice your energy. Brighter skin, calmer mood, lighter body. You become a magnet for vitality. And the most symbolic part, you start to show through your choices that you've taken the reins of your own life. You're no longer waiting for healing to come. From the outside, you've stopped outsourcing your well-being to a system that profits from your pain. A plant-based diet is not about restriction, it's about freedom. Freedom from sugar addiction, from guilty cravings, from unexplained fatigue, from chronic pain. It's a return to what works, what nourishes, what sustains, and above all, to what makes sense. Optimized Insights Natural Foods activate cellular regeneration and strengthen the immune system. A plant-based diet can reverse chronic diseases. Like type 2 diabetes, healthy eating isn't expensive or complicated. It's simple and accessible. Small food swaps create big shifts in health and energy. And now you might be wondering, is changing your diet alone enough? What else can you do in your daily life to keep your health high and illness far away, even in a world that constantly drains your energy. In the next part, you'll discover how combining the right habits with real food can create a natural shield around your body and mind. A barrier against everything today's world uses to wear you down. Stick with us, because this next section is the key to turning knowledge into lasting transformation. Changing what you eat is just the first step, but once you start fueling your body with living food, something bigger begins to unfold. You find the energy to change everything else. You sleep better, wake up more refreshed, feel less anxious, and start to notice your body asking for more movement, more fresh air, more life. It's the cycle of vitality waking back up, something that's been dormant. Now reawakening. Dr. Michael Greger explains that true health isn't built only through food, but also through what you do between meals. The combination of a plant-based diet and simple self-care habits is the real secret to living longer and better. And we're not talking about expensive formulas, exotic supplements, or unattainable routines. These are basic practices life has erased, but you can reclaim them now. Walking outdoors, getting safe sunlight, drinking real water, sleeping enough, and breathing mindfully. These simple actions, when combined with clean eating, create an internal environment where disease can't take hold. Because your body wasn't made to live in constant alert mode or to function on artificial stimulation. It was made to regenerate, and it starts doing so the moment you allow it. Another essential practice is intermittent fasting, supported by numerous studies cited in the book. This isn't a passing fad. It's an ancient way of restoring your systems, giving your body time to detox, repair, balance hormones, and strengthen immunity. What felt like laziness or chronic fatigue was, in reality, toxic overload. And your body knows the path to healing. It just needs you to stop interfering. Proper hydration is another forgotten pillar. Many confuse hunger with thirst or go all day without enough water. The result: fatigue, headaches, brain fog, constipation, and even mood swings. Water is life's conductor of metabolism, detox, clarity. Drinking clean water in the right amount is just as essential as breathing. Yet it's ignored because it's too simple. And everything that's simple in the eyes of industry doesn't sell, so it's not promoted. Greger also highlights the power of your mind over your physical health. Chronic stress, silent anxiety, digital overstimulation. These all create an acidic, inflamed environment in your body. That's why nutrition must be paired with pauses, silence, and time for yourself. Emotional well-being is inseparable from physical health, and a calm mind amplifies everything that real food begins to rebuild. It's not about changing everything at once. It's about taking ownership of your energy. One step at a time. One new plate. One walk outdoors. One glass of water. One deep breath. One ritual of self-care. The sum of these small acts creates a completely different reality, where disease doesn't dominate, and where you begin to trust your body again. And the best part? You don't need anyone's permission. No specialist has to approve your right to live with more presence, more nature, and more awareness. Your healing is in your hands and your routine. Optimized insights, healthy eating enhances the power of simple practices like sleep, sunlight, and hydration. Intermittent fasting boosts regeneration and cellular detox. The combination of natural habits and clean food builds a true health shield. Emotional health is just as vital as physical, and they reinforce each other. But even with all this knowledge, there's still one blind spot that holds thousands of people back from making real change: emotional dependency on food. In the next part, you'll uncover how your mind and unconscious cravings sabotage your well-being, and how to finally break this cycle to live with clarity and freedom. If this content opened your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Because here, we deliver raw, transformative knowledge to help you live better. And if you want to keep learning how to master your health, your mind, and your daily routine, dive into the other videos on the channel. There's a world of insights waiting to awaken your best self.